It is cold. Indianapolis is like Hoth, Antarctica, and the freaking ice capades all combined into one today. It's a whole 9 degrees right now, which, you know, this winter we have actually had a pretty mild winter. So when you go from like mild to 9 degrees, it's extremely cold. But of course, you know, I don't have on a winter coat. I still have on my ghost hoodie, you know. But I do have a toe tag hoodie underneath this, you know, so. But whatever. To get to the point, today is a book hunting day. And going out by myself, so that way I can take extra time looking. I'm going to at least 2 half-price bookstores, possibly 3. Last night is actually when the book hunting started. I went to Barnes & Noble. I picked up a few books there, which I'll show at the end of this video along with everything else. But, you know, I'm mainly going for the Wheel of Time series. That is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for books by Robert Jordan in the series The Wheel of Time, which I have became a huge fan of. I am reading the first book and I am so utterly hooked on it, guys. Like, I have literally, like, any free time that I have had this week, I have spent reading this book. It has consumed me. And, you know, if you know me or follow me, you know, on here, Goodreads or whatever, you know that I read a lot of books. So, you know, it's been several months since a book has grabbed me this much. You know, some people might say it's been a long time since a book's grabbed me this much. Well, I read a lot of books, so, you know, I had read a lot of great ones last year, but it's been a long time since a book or many months, I should say, since a book has grabbed me this much, and I'm just completely taken over by it. So much so that I even have it with me today while I'm on this book hunt, because if I stop for lunch, I'm gonna have my nose stuffed in this book. I'm like 3/4 of the way through it, and I ordered the second book because I didn't want to take a chance of not finding it at a bookstore. So I have that coming in the mail today, and I'm looking for more books in this series. There are 14 of these, and yeah, 14 books in this series, and some of them, like several of them, are 1,000 pages long, so it's a massive fantasy series. But anyway, I'm mainly looking for these. I'm looking for a few other books, and who knows what else I might find, guys, but I wanted to bring you along for the ride. I'm not sure if I'll get any in-store footage or not. I don't know. We'll just see what happens, guys. But yeah, we're on our way to our first half-price bookstore now, so stay tuned. So here we are, guys, at the first half-price books destination. Let's see what they got. Books everywhere. Let's see. So I am done at the first half-price books. You know, I got a little bit of footage there. You know, it's just, I always feel weird taking videos in stores, you know. I mean, I know people do it all the time here on YouTube, but I just feel weird most of the time, man. Like, I don't know. But, you know, they didn't have very much in there I was looking for, but I did come away with some stuff. And what's cool is they have 20% off today, your entire order. which is just killer because I'm going to 2 more stores, which means I should be able to get 20% off at those stores too. So, you know, I didn't know if I was going to go to a 3rd store, but I looked it up here on GPS because I wasn't sure exactly where it is. Well, it's only 5 miles down the road, so I'm going to store number 2 now, so I'm definitely going to hit up 3 stores total today. So stay tuned, we're going to store 2 right now. So, after searching around everywhere for the second half-price books, oh Lord, on Periscope, I was on Periscope looking for this place. Everybody was getting a good laugh out of me. But I have stopped at Qdoba now, and I have 2 tacos in front of me. One's called the Drunken Yardbird, and the other one's the Gladiator. So I'm gonna munch down before I go into the store, man, because I've only had like a banana today, and that was like 5 hours ago, so I'm starving to death. So I'm gonna eat before I head into this place. Good shit. So here's that elusive second store. Finally found it. You can find about anything here. Here's Robert Jordan. I like these. Mass market paperbacks are just easier to carry. These are nice though. Oh, some artwork on these. Huge, man. So, Half Price Books store number 2 of the day is knocked out. You know, not a huge success. I did find a few books that I was looking for. One that was unexpected. I got another bag here. Yeah, like I said, you know, a couple I was looking for. One that was unexpected of another series that I've read several books of, but I want to finish. So yeah, you know, I'm going to go to the 3rd store now, which is a store that I went to last weekend, and I believe I'm going to find the most Robert Jordan books here, because I remember them having several of the Wheel of Time series there last weekend. So I have a feeling I'm going to get the most books probably at this 3rd store, which is the one that's closest to my house, ironically. These other 2 are a little bit further out, but like I said, you know, I've got some really good stuff so far, but I'm hoping this 3rd store will be the biggest success of all, but we shall find out very shortly. So here we are at the 3rd and final half-price books. I'm hoping to hit the jackpot in here. I came here last weekend, saw some stuff I wanted, I held off on, so I'm probably going to pick them up today. So here's to hoping. Okay, so the book hunting is done for the day. It's been a long day. I've been out running around for about 6 hours. And, I have to bring up this one, The Eye of the World, The Wheel of Time, which I am just completely blown away by. This is going to be a theme and stuff that I picked up here. So let's get right down to it. Last night, I went to Barnes and Noble. That kicked off this book hunting weekend. And the first book I picked up was The Black Company by Glenn Cook. This book was recommended to me. Supposedly this is like a fantasy from the bad guy's perspective. It's supposed to be really awesome. I almost picked up the one that had the first trilogy in it, because I think there's like 6 or 7 books. But I decided to just go with this one. It was cheap. It's a 300-page book. I'm going to check this one out first and then probably go from here. But this book has excellent reviews, so I'm very excited to start checking that out. Next up, I picked up book 3 of the Wheel of Time series, The Dragon Reborn, a massive book. This is, as all the books are in this series, it's like 690 pages long. And book 2, I do have coming in the mail. It should be here today. I ordered it from Amazon because I wanted to go ahead and order it because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to find it in the store. Barnes & Noble did have all of these books yesterday, but this is the only one that I bought brand new besides book 2 that's coming in the mail. And I like these mass market paperback style books, and I decided, when I got this one, I want to get all of them like this. So that was last night's haul, and today I stopped, as you guys have seen, at 3 half-price books. And at the first store I picked up, this is the 8th book in the Wheel of Time series, The Path of Daggers. And I got this one, and I wish I would have waited, because at the next store they had this style with the artwork on it. But still, pretty cool, man. 8th book right there. And it does have like the world map right inside. And then I picked up, this is off a recommendation of my cousin. It is a graphic novel called Horror Hospital Unplugged. I have no idea about this, but he highly recommended it. I trust his recommendation to the highest degree, so I picked this up and I glanced through it, and there is some warped stuff in this. Very warped. Sexually confused and more than a little lost. Trevor, that's all I'm going to read, but it is a twisted looking graphic novel. There's all kinds of just really crazy artwork throughout. It just looks like a acid trip, man. I can't wait to check it out. And the last thing I got at the first store is this. Pretty cool, man. More Star Wars stuff. Star Wars bookmarker. So at the second store, I picked up book 9 out of the Wheel of Time series, Winter's Heart. Another massive book. This one is 780 pages. Wow. And also book 5 of the Wheel of Time series, which is probably the biggest. Look at that, man. This one is over 1,000 pages, I believe. No, 989 pages. Good Lord, I'm going to be reading these books all year. And I picked up, this one is not related to this, but it's one I've been wanting to read. This is book 7 of the Vampire Chronicles, Anne Rice's Merrick. I have not read past this one, or I've read up to this one, I should say. The Vampire Mon, I was not real impressed with. All of the books before that, though, I loved. But the 6th book in the series was just really ho-hum. I hear this one's a little bit better, but regardless, I still want to finish this series. There is, I believe, 11 total. So I went ahead and got this because it's $3.99, and it's only, 300 pages. Yeah, 370 some pages. Figure this might be a good one to pop in between some of the Wheel of Time books. Very excited to check that one out. And then at the last store, I hit the jackpot here, I guess you could say. I'll start with this one. Terry Goodkind's Wizard's First Rule. I kind of looked at this last weekend, but Diana, which is a fellow booktuber here, Dee's Journey, check her out. She's a really awesome person, really knowledgeable on books, reads a lot. She highly recommended this one to me. This is another one, man, that's just massive. 820 pages. I'm just getting these epically long books, man, that's going to take me forever. This might be all I read this year. Last year I read 92 books. This year I might only read all of these, and that'll probably be it, man, with how long some of these books are. But $3.99, man, a high recommendation from Diana. It sounds cool. It sounds like a really good fantasy book. And then more Robert Jordan books. Book 7 of the Wheel of Time, A Crown of Swords. I just love the artwork on these, man. They're really freaking cool. And this one comes in at 876 pages. Next up, Crossroads of Twilight, which is book 10. And there's my receipt. So yeah. And then we have book 4 of the Wheel of Time series, The Shadow Rising. And last but not least, book 6 of the Wheel of Time series, Lords of Chaos. So guys, all this stuff today I got for right around $30, which is amazing because they had 20% off at every store. So I basically got a free book at every store I went to today. And all this stuff, man, I mean, I can't even hold it all. You know, all of these books, I got 1, 2, 3... Wait a minute, let's see here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books today for right around 30 bucks. You cannot beat that. So I'm very pleased with what I got, guys. I'm really close to having all of the Wheel of Time series now, which is great because this book has just pulled me in so much. I'm for sure going to read this entire 14-book series. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book vlog. I know it's something new here on the channel that I haven't done before. I'm sure I'll do more at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed it, though, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys later.